I'm Diana Harcourt. I'm a co-director of the Centre for Appearance Research here at the University of the West of England in Bristol. The Centre for Appearance Research, or CAR as we refer to it, was established in 1992, and we're a group of around 30 psychologists, and we all have a real passion for appearance-related research. We're interested in the psychological issues around appearance and body image, what people think of the way they look, how that impacts on their daily lives, and what we can do to support people who have appearance-related concerns.
So my name's Nicola Ramsey. I'm one of the co-directors of the Centre for Appearance Research. And appearance and disfigurement is the topic which has dominated the whole of my working life. So my interest in this area began when I was at university, and at that time there was lots of research coming mainly from America to show that if you were beautiful, then you were more likely to have lots of positive benefits in life. People were more likely to like you, you were going to get better grades at school, and people would be more likely to help you as well. And I remember thinking at the time, surely there has to be more to it than that. It must be more complicated. So when I had the opportunity to do a PhD on the topic of disfigurement, so what is it like to have an appearance which is significantly different from the norm, and what are the impacts of that on your life, I was immediately hooked.
Disfigurement and body image are two areas that need much more researching. In both of them, there is a huge amount of unknown that still needs to be tapped. And both of them are major issues in today's world. One because it's incredibly stigmatized, disfigurement, and the other because it too is becoming a serious public issue.
Appearance is a really important issue. It's a key aspect of who we are, part of our identity, how we recognise one another. And for that reason, it's part of our social interactions, are part of everyday lives. One of the reasons I find appearance research so interesting is because it's something that everybody has in common. We've all got an appearance of some kind or another. Some people really like the way they look, some people don't. But it's a constant in our lives, so you can't decide not to have an appearance. So for that reason, I think the research that we're doing here at CAR is potentially relevant to absolutely everybody. The research in our research centre is split into two areas. Some of the team work on issues around body image. Others focus on people whose appearance is different in some way, and that's an area we often refer to as visible difference or disfigurement. That includes people whose appearance is altered perhaps because of a burn injury, because of cancer treatment, or maybe they've had an accident, maybe they're born with a condition such as cleft lip and palate, or they've got developed skin conditions. And we're really interested in applied research and how we can help people who have got appearance concerns manage those concerns so that it has less of an impact on their daily lives.
So I think one of the really interesting things about appearance is that we want people to enjoy their looks. We want people to be interested in how they look and to take some pleasure in presenting themselves in the way they want to present themselves. But I think what's happened in society currently is that an obsession has grown up about appearance, so it's associated with much more anxiety and worry than it used to be. There's also a culture, I think, in which we should work very hard on our appearance now, and we should probably change it if it's at all possible. So invasive treatments like cosmetic surgery or dentistry or extreme dieting or lots of exercise are much more in vogue than they used to be. So whereas it used to be just a minority of people who would engage in that kind of pastime, now it's pretty much expected that everyone will be managing their appearance much more aggressively. And that's resulted in a situation where about somewhere like 80% of adults are dissatisfied with the way they look, some significantly so. And there are lots of psychological impacts. There's worry, there's anxiety, there's an obsession with image that's shown very much in social media. And that kind of distress and the impacts on physical health, like dieting and smoking to keep weight down to suppress appetite, is very concerning. And it's that kind of level of dissatisfaction and anxiety that we work really hard to ameliorate and change.
I've been working with the team down at the Centre for Appearance Research for many years now. I'm a visiting professor in the unit, and the slant that I bring to what we're doing here is to think how we translate what we're discovering in terms of the academic work into programs and ideas that we can use with our patients. When I got into this area to begin with, there was hardly any research and hardly any work going on. And what's been so exciting each year is to see more and more people from really different backgrounds really contributing and developing this area. And it's hard now to keep up with everything that's happening in a field that at one time was a real poor relation.
Another important area of our work is around training and conferences. So we've developed a lot of training materials for health professionals and other researchers. These are online materials, but also we run a conference series known as Appearance Matters, which is now the place for researchers and clinicians working in this area to get together and share their current thoughts and ideas around appearance and body image research and practice. Appearance is a really important topic. It's fundamental to who we are, how others see us, and it impacts on our lives on a daily basis. The work that we're doing here at CAR is so important. It's increasing our understanding of the psychological issues around appearance and body image, and our work is really making a difference to the lives of people who are affected by appearance-related concerns.